Welcome into the Artistry Collective's Live Wednesdays on YouTube. I hope you will join us today. If you're seeing the red live button up here, we are live. If not, you're on the replay. That's great too. Just type in hashtag replay or leave me a comment to let me know that you stopped by. Today I need to work a little bit more on this blue journal that's supposed to be shipping off to Australia, but I've got to get it finished here. So we're going to make a fun little dangle here that'll hang on to this charm. Hey, there's some friends. Hello, Chris. And we're going to make a little dangle for the charm. And I found this sweet little blue pom-pom. How cute is this? I absolutely love this. Kind of reminds me of a little fuzzy bunny poof. But trust me, no bunnies died in the making of this little pom-pom. It's just a pom-pom. And we're going to use all of these blue threads and strings and lace and all the things to make a pretty little dangle for this book. We're going to start with a bulb pin and then some other hardware to kind of decorate it up here. Let me just grab one more thing I think we might need. And we're also going to try to get some trims inside the book. Hello, who is that? Oops, let me see. It kind of blipped by there. Ah, it's Leah with Make All the Things With Me. Hello and happy Wednesday. Yes. If you didn't notice, our live craft and chats on Wednesdays are brought to you by the Artistry Collective, who is hosted by our crafty friend Christy over at Christy's Crafty Cottage. But up after me is Leah from Make All the Things With Me. Hello, Carol. And then after Leah is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. And Christy, I think, is just finishing up a mixed media madness event that she was in over on Facebook. So she'll be joining us just as soon as she is done over there and can join us here. Okay, so if you remember, this is the fun little blue book that I was making. This is one of those theater card fronts. So the little tabs here open up and then it shows a fun, let's do it. It shows a fun little background back there. I do have this little string here because it's kind of a fragile way to have a cover, but I really love it. It's very interactive and fun, and it looks pretty right now while the stage is closed. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Cheryl, my friend, you sent me the sweetest happy mail, and I need to show everyone, but I want to show it on Facebook, I think. And I just have to get a chance. They've stopped my physical therapy for a little while. As of today, I had like one last session, and then of course I can call them back anytime I need to. Okay, so here is our little theater pop-up. Again, super fragile with this frame, but it is very pretty. I love that it has a nice reveal of the moon. And this is the Midnight Paper Collection from Guided Creation Printables. So all of the papers in here, except for the hand-dyed papers. The hand-dyed papers were a happy mail from my sweet friend over at Tamara's Designs. I don't know if she'll join us or not today, but maybe. And also some of these beautiful ribbons were dyed by her as well over last summer. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah, for right now, unfortunately, the physical therapy, there's not a lot I can do. I just have to do like stretches in my bed, and I'm not really supposed to walk on my foot a whole lot, so it makes physical therapy a little bit of a challenge. They've given me exercises and basically just kind of stand here and watch me do them, so they know that I know how to do them. So it's like a supervised physical therapy visit. So they just decided that when I'm ready for more, I can call them back, so they won't be taking up another appointment slot. And yesterday I went to hematology. It was my first and only visit there, and I don't think I have to go back there, so that's good. They still are a little puzzled as to why my ferritin is high, but it's probably because of all the inflammation in my body. So I don't know. Just knocking off the specialties I don't need to visit for a little while. Hello, Cindy. Which is great because I still have a ton of other appointments and I'm trying to, fit in my live life right here. I'm supposed to be live. Okay. It's really funny. My little Bella Sprout, when she talks to me, she says, "Are you alive?" And at first I didn't understand, but she meant like, "Are you live on your page here, like live on your channel?" So she asked me, "Are you alive?" I'm like, yeah. Told her I'm feeling more alive now that I'm talking to you. Okay, so we've got all kinds of little goodies here, and any of these things can make a wonderful charm. Like a little dangle here is what we're going to do. And you can add charms, you can use chain, you can use eyelash trim. This is just a little bit of some fuzzy yarn. What else do we have here? Some other types of yarn and eyelash trim. You can use lace. You can use crinkled seam binding that's dyed. Basically, you can use anything what you have that goes with your book. So I wanted to get this on here. I kind of do mine a little differently, I noticed, than other people do, and that's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do a charm dangle. So the first thing I'm going to do, everything is going to hook here onto my bulb pin. These are bulb pins or gourd pins or whatever you want to call them. Tim Holtz has some. Most craft stores, if they have sewing notions, they'll be there with that as well. You can find them online. They're in my Amazon shop. They're on all of the places, so they're pretty easy to find and fairly inexpensive. I do also mix these in scoops. I'm hoping to get back to scoops. I just don't know. I want to feel like I'm strong enough to both run the sale and do the shipping. So it's been a challenge. Okay. So let's see. I like to be able to have my book stand on its spine if it can. Let's see, try to make the best way you guys can see here. There we go. And then you can see I've got one of these little hangers here, and that is what we're going to clip into. Now you can have it clip all kinds of different ways here. You can put it on, put it on and let it hang like this, so then all your threads are down here. Or, you can put all of your things on the round, which is what I like to do, and then ultimately it will just clip like that. This way. You can also tie right onto this string. Oh, there we go. All right, there we are. I don't know what that was. I'm on Do Not Disturb, so sorry if there was an interruption. Like I was saying, you can tie right onto this a little loop here if you want, but I don't feel like that's going to give me enough room. So we're going to go ahead and just start grabbing up our fun things here. And what I like to do is make a little loop and be able to, we're going to turn it this way, I think, while I'm trying to cut and measure. There we go. Make a little loop. So we have basically two little pieces that will dangle here. And you can make them the full length of your book. Sometimes people make them even longer than that. I like to try to remember that the book may need to stand on its side to be displayed. So I like to not go over the length if I can help it. Again, this is just the way I do it. There's lots of ways to make dangles. So, these are not rules. Junk journaling is beautiful because there's no rules and it can encompass so many different ways to craft and create and so many different forms of crafting. And that is what I love about it, is that, if you love yarn and you can crochet and make a little piece of crocheted or knitted something for your dangle, that would be awesome. If you embroider, you can include a little embroidered, like a bookmark piece. If you're into resin, you can make fun little resin charms. There's so many ways you can include all of the things that you love to do in junk journals. And I think that's what makes them really fun and unique. Look at this eyelash trim. Isn't this gorgeous? This is in a huge bag I have it's from more of the scrapbooking era for me, but I have a huge bag of all kinds of eyelash trims. Hey, there's Christy, our hostess for the Artistry Collective. Welcome in, friend. It's good to see you. Happy Wednesday. So all the girls are here, which means every Wednesday we try to go live. It's me from Frapps Scraps. So I'm Shauna, if you're new here. And then after me is Christy, is Leah from Make All the Things With Me. I'll get it right at some point, girls. Sorry. And then after her is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. So we do like a little channel hop. And you can just go from channel to channel. We all take about an hour. Sometimes Christy goes a little longer because she's at the end and she's our hostess. But yeah, we are just a group of ladies that love to have fun and really support each other along this journey of content creation. And we try to help each other out, and we just have a really great time crafting. Okay, look at this. This is just some yarn that's like on the ombre kind of blue colors. So I'm just going to grab the chunk that I like. And again, all these pieces, I'm trying to just make about the length of my book. You can also trim them as you start connecting them all. So we're just cutting our pieces here. And it doesn't take much, so if you have little bits and scraps and all the things like that, they are really fun to include in these little dangly pieces. I thought there was a little tiny piece of this dyed crinkle ribbon. So how's everybody's Wednesday going? Tell me things. What do you know? That's what my mama Christine says when you talk to her. She's like, what do you know? Because she doesn't get to leave the house a whole lot. She's kind of like me. So every time you see her in person, she says, what do you know? Tell me things. I love that. Okay, see, this is just a little tiny piece. Great for a tag topper or to fit here in my dangly piece. It's a sunny Thursday in Australia. Well, hello, and hello to your Thursday. We're not there yet. We're still stuck on Wednesday. I know some people are having some kind of crummy weather. Now look at this. This one has green at the bottom, and that would be okay, except my book really doesn't have that much green. Even where the leaves in this are kind of blue. It's a midnight collection, so it's kind of focusing on those blues. So I'm going to chop this off just because it doesn't really go with this project, but I love this light blue, and I love this piece of, I guess it's still considered eyelash trim, or maybe it's considered pom-pom trim because it has some little, they're like little pom-pom balls. Now, don't ask me where I get this because, like I said, it's been in my stash for a really long time. Now, you can also do this on the single piece. So if you don't want it to double up like this, you can leave it single and we can tie it in. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this one because if I get any longer, we're going back into that green. This is like a little light blue and green combo here. But I do love the little bits and pieces that are kind of sticking out from it. It gives a lot of texture and different colors. So I think we kind of have enough here. And then, oh yeah, I was keeping those out because I want to add some extra trims in there. Okay, that is our tied piece there. The rickrack is not for this. All right, I think we have all of our pieces. Now I do have this ball chain out. And usually when I'm done with the ball chain, I like to put a connecting piece on the end so it's just there and ready to go for the next time. And I don't think I want to do too much of this. It's going to double like this and it's going to hook. This is on a spool. This I think was from Hobby Lobby when they had it. Yep, Hobby Lobby when they had a clearance. Of course they put the sticker right over it. It was $2.49 for this whole roll, and all the details of it are underneath of here. Let's see if I can peel this label off. Or lift it just enough so it'll tell you guys. It's from the Metal Gallery, 2.4 millimeters. It says something, 10 yards. Okay, here, I'll hold this up. I think I've revealed enough. You can get to it. I paid $2.49 on clearance, and it's normally almost $9. There we go. That's the details. And you can see it's just these little pieces. Now, don't use your regular scissors. I have my Fiskars snips out here because this is a metal, but my Fiskars snips are designed to cut through all kinds of great things. And we're just going to cut right in between the little balls there. And then now this will make like a little keychain loop. And we're going to put that little pom-pom on here. Now, I wasn't sure if the loop on here would be big enough. And if it's not, we'll just put a little jump ring to have our little pom-pom here connected. It's not going to be. Nope. So we'll have to do a little jump ring for that if we want to include it. Okay, now, before these all get tangled up, a lot of people will take this, now that they're doubled, and they'll bunch them up and make it like a tassel. I don't do mine that way. I like to tie them like this. so that we don't have that pom-pom loop in there. We just kind of have a little knotted piece, like we would knot them on here. So it's going to go like this, and I'm basically just going to tie it on here. Hi Pam, you have a hard time making the jump rings join correctly. We'll get to the jump ring in just a second. We'll talk about it. Okay, so let's see, what can I use here? Well, we'll just keep doing it this way. Okay, I've got the gourd pen here, and I'm just going to tie it in a knot so that my strings will stay together. Now, I heard somewhere along the lines, dangles like these were created initially not just to look pretty, but so that way, if you're working in the journal and you decide, oh, this little thing needs a piece of lace, or this little pocket would look so great with a little piece of trim, then the person using the journal can cut off the pieces of this that they need and use it throughout the journal. Okay, so remember, this was just one. We didn't have a big piece, so we can still cut it in half, or like fold it in half and tie a knot, or we could just stick this needle right through one of these little pom-pom balls and see if that will hold it enough. Or we can tie a small knot at the top. Let's see. There we go. See, it's right through the needle, and it's going to stay on there just fine. And then that'll just be a single dangly thing. That's an interesting... Ah, there's Tamra. Hey. Yeah, that's an interesting fact. Yeah, that was... I didn't realize that at first either. I thought they were just to look pretty, but it's kind of neat to... I don't remember where I learned that, but somebody said that they were initially created there so you could snag off a little piece of whatever it is and use it in a journal while you're journaling. So I thought that was kind of fun. And it's also another good way to use up some of these little scrappy bits of trims and lace and yarn and all the things. Okay, so you can see I'm just doing, I don't know if it's called a square knot when you don't tie it twice. I'm just tying it once and tying it around my bulb pen. And I'm okay. See, like this one's going to be a little bit shorter than the other one. It's going to be longer down here. I'm okay with that. I think it just kind of adds to the interest. And as long as it stays, I'm happy. So then I'll close this here and tie it with two hands. There we go. I always feel like I don't have enough fingers or hands to really tie these on. Okay, there we go. Now see, some people, like I was saying, they fold them in half and then they put a piece around it right here and it makes it look like a tassel. I don't like that look at the top. So I've always done them like this. And there's no rules in junk journaling, so there's no right or wrong way to add some of these little pieces here. So again, you can add all kinds of fun and interesting things. Like your yarns and trims and anything that goes with your book. Whoops. Hey, stay on there. Okay, I should hold it with the thumb there, and then did I knot it all up? Nope, I didn't. Okay. I lost it. There we go. Let's try again. Hold it like this. Gotta concentrate. There we go. Okay, and then you can hold it under there and just keep pulling. There we go. Hopefully I'm in frame. You guys can see. There we go. So we're starting to get beautiful. I love it. Got this piece. Slip it onto our bulb pen and then give it just a little tie. Like I said, I don't know if it's still considered a square knot when you only go, right over left. Usually square knot is right over left, left over right, or vice versa. And I'm just doing one. So it's a half of a square knot. I don't know. My husband would probably know. He used to do, knots for Sea Scouts. So he can tie all kinds of wonderful knots. And All right, I'll pull this with this finger and pull. There we go. Oh, that made this side a little short. I'll pull it back just a little bit. There we go. Then we'll put this one so it's something different. Because the last piece that I have is also an eyelash trim and then the bulb chain. Gotta go, supper's ready. All right, have a good meal. Thanks for stopping in. Beautiful trims, aren't they fun? And I love how they just provide so much different texture. And we're going to clip this onto the side of the journal. Now this is a smaller journal, so I don't want to go like too crazy. You could add really a ton of things here. And some people do, oops, sorry. Some people do really put all kinds of things in here. We're getting a new mattress today. They first gave us a 4-hour window, so anytime from 2 to 6, they would be here. Then they called and said they were half-hour out, and I was like, okay, cool. We're gonna get like the beginning of the window. And then they called back and said, we just got a flat tire, so we're not sure when we'll be there, but we will be there. So the dog may bark off and on. I don't know. Don't get him too much though, Remy. We want the new mattress. Oh my gosh, we hadn't priced mattresses in quite some time. We were definitely overdue for one, but they have gotten so expensive, just like everything else. But I wasn't expecting to pay what we had to pay, but it was definitely something necessary. Okay, so there we go. And you can see how when you double them up like that, they kind of just really blend together nicely. I'm going to take this piece of ball chain and put it around here as well. I sometimes like to include what I call changles, so chain dangles in my bulb pin here in the little dangly part, but I also will include that other places in the journal. So we're going to go ahead and hook this ball chain together, and then we'll use the jump ring. Oh, all this fiddly work. Sorry, my hands are so shaky today. Been really struggling with my blood sugar. Yesterday morning was no fun. We had to get ready to go to an appointment, and my blood sugar dropped all the way down to 55. Ugh. And that was how I woke up, so. Okay, so I'm scooching this so that the hook part is up at the top. It might not stay like that, but that's okay. So now we're going to go ahead and connect this to the journal. Hi, Sharon. I was just watching your replay from the other day. It's interesting. I knew you were going to... She recently just got Fabri-Tac to give it a try, and I knew she was going to struggle with the smell because she has headache issues, and I was like, oh no. So yeah, so she calls it the stinky glue. Okay, so you can see we did wonderful here for our little dangle. At least I think so. I think this is very pretty. Since we tied them around the bulb pin, you can kind of fluff them up and let it go up like this a little bit. So as it hangs there, you don't see as much of the bulb pin. If you like seeing the bulb pin, you can scooch it down like it was. And then it just hangs here. And we can give it a little haircut at the bottom. Again, I want it to be able to stand up. If she wants it to be able to stand up like this, I don't want the dangle to get in the way. Okay, so let's put our little pom-pom on there. It definitely needs this beautiful little pom-pom. And in order to do that, we have to put it on a jump ring because I want it to hang from the ball chain. So you can see, sometimes people ask me like, why do you charge so much for a journal? Well, every little detail takes time. Oh, you like Fabri-Tac? I can't work with it. It's too smelly. No, gives me a headache. Every time. I know a lot of people use it. It's really great stuff. Then you don't have to sew. I understand the use for it, but no, I can't do it. Okay, now I'm just using one of these. There is this fun little tool. Boy, these are all really big. I was hoping just kind of a little mid-sized one. Doesn't take over my pom-pom. There we go. Okay, there is a little tool, and I think I put it in here. Yes, I did. Let's see if I can use it. That helps you close these jump rings. Did I put it in here? I thought I just saw it. Oh man. I have several of these tools. They just fit right around your finger and it helps you close the jump ring, and they're fantastic. But every time I go to use it, it's not in the right place. So I don't have it in here. So we'll just do this one with our little jewelry pliers here. Now, always when you're using jump rings, I don't know about you guys, but when I first started using jump rings, I used to just pull it apart, and everybody said, don't do that. It will weaken them. So you're supposed to just move it as it is here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my little charm dangle in there. And then we want it to hook to this piece of ball chain. We need to make sure we leave the loop big enough that it can slide over these little chain pieces. Whoops, the eyes are not good today either. Blood sugar's all wonky, so. Okay, there we go. And now that we've got it on there, we can just scooch it back and make sure that it's closed. And it is. That one actually lined up really good. Can you guys see? Excuse my nails. When I start using glue, the polish chips off. I don't have wraps on them today. Oh, and that's about perfect. Look at it hang there. It hangs just right at the bottom. I love that. It gives it some fluffy texture, and it just hangs perfectly right there. Okay. Now, normally when I do scoops, I try to give one of those little fluffy pom-poms to everybody during Easter time scoops. So if I can do Easter scoops, there will be a little pom-pom like that for all of my buyers. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. We'll put these little pliers away. Do I want to put them away? I'm going to leave them out, actually, because I may want to put an eyelet in here and put some chain or something in the other spots here. So while you're working, the cool thing about this is while you're working in your journal, you can choose to take this off or leave it connected. It's really, I don't feel like it's going to get too much in the way because it is a little bit bigger with that bulb pin on there. So it can just kind of slide to the top. And then we can open our journal and try to remember where we were as we were working on this. I haven't forgotten about your journal, Chris. This one's going to go to Australia to live with our friend Chris. Hey, there's Regina. Hello, friend. Welcome in. Thanks, Sharon. I love this one. It's kind of just a torn out page, and there's the moon. I don't know if you guys can see it shimmering, but it's got shimmer stick on there, and it's got shimmer on the flowers here. So this is the part of the journaling where I just want to go through and add any little details. And that's what I was saying is that, you know, sometimes the price of these journals, a lot of time really goes into these journals. So I hate to see people selling them for, you know, $10 or $15 when, even though it's a small journal, a lot of hours and time and consideration has gone into them. Is that blue or is that black? I don't really know. These are just some little, oh my goodness, what do you call these? Oh my gosh, the word is like right there. You hit the live button and like all the words just go out of your brain. Yep, they're just little deco dots or whatever they're called. Looks black to you. That's what I was thinking. That one look kind of, we'll keep going. I have a little bin here that I've got in my lap, and I'm just looking through. These are all my little enamel dots. That's what they are. Okay, enamel dots. These ones look like little splatters. Now, I used to own a store. That's how I have all of these. Scrapbooking store. That's how I have all of these. Oh, there we go. There's blue right there. I think that will be better. And we'll just put some pretty little dots on there. Okay, so I don't have these in order. I'm just happy to have them all in one little container. I do have a little book that has my little blings going on in there. Okay. So again, you can see so many fun details goes into these journals, and I hope people will appreciate the work that goes into them. Hi, Sue. flat backs. They can be that. These ones are enamel dots, and you can actually make enamel dots with your Nuvo drops. So if you have like a piece of acetate or something of that sort, you can use your Nuvo drops and drop it on there in little circles, or in, if you're good enough, you can do little shapes like little hearts or whatever, and you can make your own enamel dots. What I like to do with them is just put a little blob of glue. We'll see if I can get my glue to work. I like to put just a little blob of glue under them so that they stay where they're supposed to stay. And they just add a little extra interest as well. You can also use them as the center of these little flowers, like we have some pretty little flowers on here. And they would be a great addition right there as well. You've really been lucky to watch this journal being made. Yes, absolutely. I love that. You get to see it being made, and then you're gonna get to actually hold this one. Okay, so you can see it just adds a little extra texture to our little flower bouquet here. Not that the bouquet isn't pretty enough on its own, but I did add some shimmer stick to it. Well, when I cut it out, I inked it. I inked around just to make sure my fussy cutting whoopsie-doos were covered up, and it looks beautiful. And then I added some shimmer stick to it, and now we're just going to add a few little enamel dots all around the cluster. And you can add as few or as many as you like. It really is just personal preference. Some people say to do things in odd numbers because it's more pleasing to the eye, like adding in 3, 5, 7, or 9 of the same thing. So you can see right there, I've got 3, but I feel like I still need to put some over here to even it out. And that's just my own personal preference. And even with using these enamel dots, they are sticky on the back. I still do tape for today, glue for tomorrow. I put in my own little glue dot, and then I try to put these right over. Some people use their tweezers to work with these, and sometimes I do. I'm having okay luck today. So, and see where it's kind of more white right there. I didn't get enough ink in. I am going to use that to put in one of these dots, and hopefully it'll just cover some of that up, and it'll be fine. Yes. Love that. What do we think? Maybe one more. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That could be enough. It's easy to put in too many as well, because once you get started, it's like, oh, this is fun. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'll add 2 more. I'm going to add one here and here just to kind of make it full circle around. And I'm using the term circle kind of loosely. I'm just trying to find little spots to put them. Yeah, it really adds to it, doesn't it, Sue? I love it. It is so much fun and so pretty. We're going to add a little tiny one there. And if you struggle with these, don't worry. I normally do too. I don't know why I'm having so much luck today. It's normally I'll grab them and they flip around, or they go to the wrong side, or I'll flip them off the page or something like that. So if you struggle, don't worry. I normally do too. I don't know. Luck's on my side today, I guess. All right. So there's that. Now, I don't know if I want to put a little piece of trim here or not, but let's keep going and see what else we can do. On here, so this is a fun little flip out tag. I think I might add a little dot here, just like 3 down here at the bottom, just so that it's kind of cohesive throughout the book. What you do on one page, you don't have to do on the next page, but if you kind of include it somewhere in the journal, it just looks like a really nice touch. It kind of helps bring it all together. Okay. There, and we'll do one down here, so we have 3. And it just adds to this bouquet, I think. Now, these are transparent, so you can kind of see through them. I'll do this medium-sized one again. There we go. And it just gives it a nice bumpy texture. I love that. So you get some extra texture in there. And then we've got a beautiful journaling spot over there. Now, I haven't done anything to some of these pages, and that was why I wanted to come and take a look and see how I'm doing in here. Got some fun little ephemera pockets and holders. These little enamel dots can be great too, like if you have something here, if they're more transparent. This one doesn't seem like it's as transparent, but you can kind of use it to call out a certain word. Yeah, you can see the words through there. Let's see. So if you wanted to pop out like good or something, you could definitely put one on there and see how it just kind of magnifies it. I think that's so fun. Okay, so we've got our, oh, this is just slid in here. It's a little note card on the back. I think I do kind of want a little bit of a trim there. So let's see, what do we have that we can add? Kind of like this little crinkly ribbon we could glue and make like a little ruffle right here. So I want to make sure I don't glue it to this page. But we could do the ruffle on this side as well, so it will hide those little white paper going through. I could do the ruffle all the way around. That could be nice. Let's put it here first so that we definitely cover these little dots. So the white that you're seeing here, this blue paper was punched with one of these that could go on a ring if you wanted it to, but then I glued the digital printable that was printed on white copy paper over it, and that's how we're getting this white in the back. Could just ink it right there and leave it, but we could also use it as an opportunity to make a fun little no-sew ruffle right here. So you can make ruffles with glue as well. You don't have to have a sewing machine in order to have ruffles. I do have a fun YouTube video here on, I think it's 5 ways to make different ruffles, and a couple of them are using a sewing machine, but most of them are not. So I like to use my hot glue and just kind of bunch it up, and I think that dried already. Wow, that gave me like no time. If you have your Fabri-Tac, you can use that as well. You can also put these on a needle and thread and just kind of ruffle it up. You just kind of scrunch, and it makes a fun little page ruffle. I like using the hot glue a lot of times as well because I can just kind of scrunch it, and then it gives it some fun texture as well. Okay, so I'm going to cut this here at the bottom. You could just carry on and go around to the front of the page here, but I'm going to go ahead and cut it just so we don't have a lot of bunching at the bottom. Okay, then we'll put some on this side. It'll cover this edge. Do I want to do that, or do I want to do some of this eyelash trim? What would that look like? That's kind of fun. That piece is not long enough, but that is kind of neat. Although we could put the eyelash trim just over here since there's nothing really decorating the bottom of this pocket. That's kind of fun. Gives it some great texture. And actually, that was about made for this pocket. So maybe we'll go ahead and put it there. And I'm going to use my Barely Art glue to glue this one because it will hold it. And I can be a little more precise since I have this precision tip on there. Gosh, words. I don't know. They've been really hard lately. Okay. There we go. And I did just take part in a wonderful collaboration. It's the 100 Days Challenge, 100 Days Junk Journal Ideas. So it's hashtag 100 Days JJI. And the one I just did, so it's going on for 100 days, and several collaborators are taking part. And it is 100 days of junk journal ideas, and the one that I just did was on covers and binding. So every week is kind of a different theme and then a different list of creatives, and it's wonderful. If you haven't checked it out, you should, because there's so much inspiration and fun ideas. Okay. There we go. And in the last couple days since I did my video, I have over 100 new subscribers. So hello and welcome if you are new here. I love that. And welcome back if you're not new here. I love that too. Okay, so let's see. Do I want to put something there? I think I do. We could put the same scrunchy trim. We could put this beautiful lace here. I think I might go with the lace. Lace is always a good idea. And then that gives it actually something different and interesting to look at as well. Be sure to hit the like button. Oh, yes, thank you, Pam. Hit those likes and thumbs up and subscribe and all the things. Share it to any of your crafty friends if you think they might find some fun and inspiration here. I am a mixed media artist and I make a lot of junk journals. My background really is in paper crafting, but I have so many years of paper crafting and stamping experience. Well over 25 years. I've been paper crafting and stamping since I was a little kid. I made cards with my mom and my grandma, and it was so much fun. I used to have all these fun pen pals, and I would make fun. Tim Holtz was talking about it not too long ago. He was talking about how when he first got his start, it was fun to decorate envelopes and send fun mail in the mail. And yeah, that's what we did. Hi, Eileen. Welcome in. We are decorating this little blue junk journal. We made this fun little tassel here. Or I guess really it's more of a dangle. I don't do it tassel style. I kind of have my own style, and I think it definitely added to the vibe of this journal. Now, when I'm crafting and creating here on my journals, I like to look at the profile of all the sides. So I look at it from the top. Is it fun? Is it interesting? Is it functional? All of those things. Then I'll look at it from the spine. Is it interesting? Is it fun? My dangle is going to hang here. So I feel like now it's really interesting and fun to look at. Of course, from the front and the bottom and the side, I love seeing all of these different trims on the side. So that's what we're doing now. We're adding some enamel dots just to add some extra texture and fun. And we are adding some trims and making sure, always when I'm going through the journal, I'm making sure that everything is glued down good, especially if my book is sold. And this one has to travel all the way to Australia. I'm so excited to have a book of mine in Australia. How neat is that? Okay, so you can see there is it's kind of a little ruffle. You can use, I show you in my YouTube video when I make this little ruffle that I used like a silicone brush and a more sturdy one than this one. This one's kind of floppy, to kind of bunch it up some more. So you can definitely do that if you want like really tight ruffles. I mostly just wanted it here to decorate the pages, add some interest. I'm not doing a whole lot to some of these pages because I want it to be something that she can journal in or write in or add photos to. I do like to make sure it is very clear that I've touched every single page. So maybe I'll put some stamping, maybe I'll put some trim, maybe I'll do something extra with some ribbon or something of that nature. Okay, so these are just little lanterns, and these are part of the digital collection. Again, the collection is the Midnight collection from Guided Creation Printables. I liked those in here because I really wanted it to call out these lights. I love these lights, and I have put Nuvo drops on there, so it has a fun texture to feel. I put it almost everywhere that there was a little bit of light, so it just kind of pops. I do want to put something on the side here, though. I had some blue lace. I don't think I actually have it out, so let's look for that real quick. This one is really wide. Again, these were dyed by my friend Tamara from Tamara's Designs. I think this summer she's going to actually try to have some either paper dyed or something of that sort that she can offer to her subscribers. So if you haven't followed Tamara's Designs, definitely do so. Let's see, this one. This one is really dark. Ooh, wow, that's really dark. I don't know if I want to go that dark. Let's see. Where did that blue lace go? There was a beautiful piece of blue lace. This big bag is getting kind of out of hand. It's getting too many things in here. I've been kind of living out of Ziploc bags because I can put the book and all of its things in a little Ziploc bag, and then when I go to work on it, everything's right there. But if I'm being fully honest, everything else has kind of gotten added here because I've also been using it to transport back and forth to my room, and I've been crafting in there. There's pink. I don't want pink. We want blue. Let's see. Well, I could go with this off-white that we've already been using, and that could be pretty. But I think we could also use some of that wider lace right here. Let me look one more place. If it's not there, then we'll just keep going. Those are buttons and bling. Oh, this one's all green. However, that's where these go. I did spend a little bit of time the other day kind of picking up some things at my desk. It's not really very apparent because it's gotten so crazy in here. Here we go. All right, there's a bag of lace. Let's see what we've got. Ooh, look at this. This is really blingy. Ooh, maybe too much bling. It is pretty though, and it's got some kind of holographic stuff on there, which really makes the light shine. I don't know if I mind that. What do you guys think? Is it too much bling? It's pretty bling blingy. All right, that one is empty. As I go through some of these bags that I have, I realize I really saved too many things. Oh, ooh, we could put some glitter tulle there. That could be neat. Let's see. Where's the glittery tulle? I've got blue. Well, it's kind of a turquoise. But, oh, crap a ranch. But while it's laid on the blue, it will look more dark. Okay, let's see. Ooh, that could be fun. Let's trim just a little piece of this. And then I can cut it in strips. Now, when you add glittery tulle, it does add glitter. And the glitter doesn't always stay on its glittery tulled self. So sometimes it will shake some actual glitter off. Let's see if I've got any on my hands just from touching it. Nope, I don't feel like I do. I can't see my comments. Where'd they go? There we go. Turn it the other way. Oh, you wanted to see that holographic trim the other way? Let's see. Let's grab it back and see what we think if we turn it the other way. I don't have a lot of that left. This was, again, a bag just of scraps and extra things. Okay, so here's what it looks like if it goes the other way. Again, like I said, I don't think I mind that. It's kind of pretty. Let's cut it here and maybe I'll lay it flatter. What do you guys think? Should we go this holographic route or should we go the glittery tulle route? I kind of like the holographic right here because it really picks up on the light. Or we could put this on the flap that's right here. Ooh, I think that's kind of pretty too. And then it would give this flap a little bit of some purpose. And you could grab it like this and flip it open. If you're a sewer, you could stitch this on right here, run it right through your sewing machine, and it'll be all good. I'm trying to decide if we should do the glittery tulle or if we, oops, now where did that piece go? I just cut the glittery tulle and it's gone. Oh, there it is, it's in my lap. Now, I like using glittery tulle. I don't mind that it does give a little bit of glitter. My lap is covered in glitter from cutting it from the spool. But when you just use a little piece, I think it really adds a lot of fun. And you can make a fun little ruffle out of this too. You can just kind of bunch it up as you glue. Maybe we would have to go a little bit longer if we plan to bunch it up that much. What do you guys think? What's your vote? Glittery tool or holographic? Or neither? We could do, I don't know, we could do something else. I have some of this blue lace too. That is the center of the signature, so sometimes I like to go big in the center, and I think that holographic one really does make it look like it's kind of gone big. We could turn this the other way as well. I think with these little ruffle parts turned inside, it kind of draws the eye in more to look at the picture like this. You guys like it on the flap? You can see, never have too much bling. That's right. That's pretty. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to do it right here. We could probably do another piece over there too, but we'll see if we need a second piece once we glue this on. I'm just going to, again, use hot glue. And I think we're going to be in the awkward stage of the glue tool because I have to add a glue stick. And the glue sticks I've been using are really long. So hopefully I don't donk the camera here. All right, I like to do just a little piece to get started. So just one little blob of glue. That helps me get it into place and see if I can get it as straight as I would like it. Now, hot glue is hot. I always have to remind myself that. I don't know why, but yeah, hey, it's hot if you didn't know that. Gosh, there we go. Okay. And we'll just keep gluing on down here. Draw ourselves a little line of glue and can just keep it. I think this holographic part really does kind of play into the lights and kind of, it's catching my light here in the room. I don't know if you guys can see it being, it's all holographic stuff. So then it would be a little bit difficult to journal on this part because it is going to be bumpy now, but you can maybe stick some notes or something in there, a little private note. And you can decide if you want to glue this all the way down or not. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down just because it's on a flap. I don't want it to come off, and I don't want it to tear the flap. So for functionality's sake, I'm just going to glue the whole thing down and try not to burn my fingers as it glues there. All right, if you're using hot glue, make sure you take a second to collect those glue strings. You can run a heat tool over it to collect them, or you can just pull them apart. And there's a wonky little string there that I don't like. I'm trying to embrace the strings in junk journals and just kind of leave them in their natural state, but I also don't want it to look like I'm kind of a messy artist. Well, I mean, not in that way. Like, I don't want to leave it looking messy, I guess is my thing. Sometimes it can look really great. But like that one little thread just really looked out of place to me. So there it goes. All right. I love this. I like this a lot. We could use a Velcro dot and glue it down. Hello, Pina. Welcome. We are working in this little blue journal and trying to put some trims and accents. Sorry, guys, the voice just goes wonky. I've been here almost an hour. Wow. Looks like it'll be Leah's turn here pretty soon. It is Crafter's Choice today, so you never know what we're going to make. Now, adding these trims does make it kind of gator out just a little bit because we are adding some extra fun things in here to the texture, but look at how fun that is. Now, sometimes what I like to do, since that was in the first signature, and I typically tend to do 2 signatures. It's funny, I was looking at some of my journals and I'm like, wow, I almost always do 1, 2, or 3 signatures and that's it. I was looking at another beautiful artist's books and she's got like 8, 9, or 10 signatures. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. But it's all just in the way that you fill it in. So if you looked at like the thickness of her book versus mine where she had 8 signatures, I can get that same look as far as the side profile goes with 2 signatures just by the amount of ephemera that I put in there. So sometimes 2 signatures is because I know I like to put lots of ephemera in there. All right, so another thing I like to do is flip to the very back of the book. So I've done a couple of trim pieces up here in the front. I want to flip to the back of the book to kind of add some trims here too, so that I don't forget and that it's kind of even. So if you see people flipping, you know, from the front to the back, from the front to the back, from this signature to that signature, a lot of times it is just because you want to make it a little more cohesive by doing something to the front and then to the back. So if you only had, you know, X amount of this trim or whatever, you can kind of use it more throughout the book if you intentionally flip somewhere else from where you put that first piece and add it in. I hope that makes sense. And I don't feel like I'm explaining everything very good today, but look at that beautiful butterfly. I love that. I think that has stickles. It's very blingy. And then we have our shimmer trim here. We've got a fun little note here that says Midnight Whispers, Serenity to Those Who Listen. I love that. Those enamel dots are also fun on butterflies. Let's do one here. Where did they go? There it is up there. Now, a lot of these enamel dots are from a company called Queen & Company. They are still in business. They don't sell to stores anymore. They used to offer wholesale, and they only sell to themselves now. You gator every time? Yes, I know. I can't imagine doing more than two. I don't intentionally do two, but that's always where I wind up. So anyways, Queen & Company does still sell their bling. They used to sell in my store. It was so much fun. They used to sell little brads and eyelets and things like that in like nail polish containers, and I loved them. They don't do that anymore. I don't think they even sell brads and eyelets anymore, which is really sad, and it doesn't matter how much I message them. They just think there's no going back, which I think is really sad. Please offer those little itty bitty brads again. They were so cute. But nope. All right, so a couple little enamel dots on our butterfly there. That just adds some fun interest and texture. And again, using enamel dots somewhere else in the book. So as the journaler flips through here, they're going to be like, oh, I remember these from the beginning. And even if you don't have that thought, your brain is like, oh yeah, this is really cool. This is like from the front to the back, from the front to the back. Okay, so you can see we can add some bigger ones or some smaller ones. These ones are, you almost don't notice them unless if you touch it. And I'm a very tactile person even before I lost most of my eyesight. Whoops, I didn't peel that one off. That was right on cue. Yep, I can't pick up this enamel dot. There we go. Got it that time. Third time's the charm. Okay. Did I take it off? Ah, it's on my finger. Stay there. I had one of these get stuck to my toe, and it kind of left a little bruise. My feet don't like enamel dots, by the way. Just so you know, don't put them on your feet. Oh, gosh. Okay, so there we go. I love that. Put them on the butterflies. They work perfect there. Butterflies and flowers and clusters. Just realized your nail color matches my book. Yes, it does, except for it's really chippy because I've been using glue. So this is one of our Artistry Collective Wednesdays. We try to go live with the Artistry Collective every Wednesday and bring you something fun and crafty. And up after me is Leah from Make All the Things With Me. Leah, this is like your 2-minute call. Are you ready? And then after her is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. And we hope that you will hit the like and subscribe and have fun with all of us. Leah is a wonderful DIYer. She does a lot of things with stencils and things that she finds. Like one time she visited a construction site and got some extra scraps of wood that they had, and she made a beautiful project out of it. So if you haven't checked out her channel, you definitely should. She also is a longtime scrapbooker and paper crafter, so sometimes she pulls in with some fun paper crafts. And then we have Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. And I don't know if you followed along with her today or not on Facebook, I think it was. She was part of a Mixed Media Madness collaboration. That's kind of fun. And she does wonderful mixed media pieces as well as fun junk journals and home decor. So you get a little bit of everything when you follow the Artistry Collective girls here. And all of the information how to follow us all is in my description box below, of course. So So now, as we go along, probably while I'm watching Leah, I'm just going to continue to add some fun little bits here to this journal so that it can get ready to fly out to Australia here pretty soon when it's ready to go. And thank you so much for watching here. If you like what you saw, I would love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and continue to join me. I am also on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, all the places. Yeah, thanks for joining me while I work on this wonderful book. It's been so much fun just to work even on a smaller scale. This is a tiny book. I hope to do a flip through when it's done. I'm very behind on my flip throughs, but I know they need to get done so that you guys can see all of my fun work. So again, thanks so much for watching me. It's now time for Leah, so we'll head on over to Make All the Things with Me, and I hope to see you in the comments there. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great rest of your week.